Hi everyone, it's Doreen with Oohlala Vintage Treasures, and today I have a design team project for Jenifer at A Trace of Sparkle. I created a sweet little packaging here using her Masterboard digital. I'll put the link below to the exact name of the digital. I believe it's called Lace Masterboard. It is so beautiful, you guys. I had so much fun playing with this digital and making these projects. So I kind of just made all of these things off camera, so I'll try to explain the best I can. I wasn't sure how I was going to create this because I really wanted to use her tea bag idea, but this is my outside of the covering. So I just made this dangle here, just lots of bits of things. You know, when I create dangles, it's really kind of haphazardly. I don't have a plan when I start making it. And I just kind of created this dangle with chain and lots of crystals and pearls and a crown. And this is vintage pearls here. It comes on a long string and I tea dyed it. And then I kind of glued the ends on both sides so you can kind of see there. Then I added these 10mm sterling silver loops here. They just hold everything together very nicely, and it's a nice size so that you can use little charm dangles with it. And then at the bottom here, I just placed this piece of lace just as a little bit of interest there. Then I also added this pearl charm here with a flower charm there with a rose. I added some tatting with a charm dangle here. It's crystals. So I just use a lot of my vintage bits that I have. This is a pretty key with some pearls. And then this right here is a piece of applique that I attached with the tatting onto the 10mm jump ring. And that's what it looks like there. So it kind of has this, you know, spread it. When you spread it out, it kind of looks like that. And then I also added this piece right here from some vintage jewelry that I had. I did a video on this showing a bunch of jewelry that I cleaned, and a lot of these pieces were in the bags that I got. So I just really love making these types of things. And then also, before I forget, I did this miniature envelope. Isn't that adorable, you guys? And then I added this right here, which is a pearl and a crystal rhinestone piece, to this vintage chain right here. It's got the little white beads and it goes like that. So it's just a piece of chain. And then right here inside the envelope, I made a tiny little tuck spot out of a piece of cardstock paper. This was coffee dyed with a lace placemat. I just had a little piece there that I wanted to use to kind of take away from, I didn't want to take away from her pattern of her little envelope here. So I just added that to the little envelope. Isn't that adorable, you guys? That is the tiniest little pocket envelope. It's supposed to be an envelope and I made it into a pocket. So you can still fold it down, but I felt like I wanted to make it into a part of my charm dangle. So that's that. And then I made a topper with an envelope here. So I'm going to take this off and show you. So this is my envelope that I made. All I did was take the envelope base and just kind of go with a piece of lace here, applique. I embossed this. I don't know if you can see the embossing. And then I also added some glitter. It's a glitter pen that I use. It's kind of like Wink Estella, but it's from Joann's. And it came in a little pen form. So I just added this beautiful applique there. And this little charm dangle here with some pearls and a crystal. And this right here is some fabric. It's not, trying to remember what fabric this is. It's really soft. But it's not chiffon, it's some other type of material, but it's really pretty. So that's the kind of the back of the envelope. So as you can see, this is the front, and I put this bow here, but I wanted it to fit on top like a topper. So you could take this envelope and use it as a topper idea. So it fits perfectly inside there by taking the envelope and flipping it. So it just goes like that. Okay. So that's the back or the front, whatever you want to call it. And then this is what I made inside. I wanted to show you the inside of the envelope. I inked everything up with my sepia tone ink. Then I added some, well, where the embossing was, I kind of added some glitter. So right here is some glitter. You can see it there. And then you can see the paper really nicely here. Isn't that just beautiful? I love it. So that's what the envelope looks like. It also makes a great tuck spot. Of course, you can use it like an envelope, or you can leave it like this and then tuck on your page. So if you had a page, you could just, let's see if I have a page here. You could make it a topper like this. That looks really cute over a page or an envelope. Or you can put it this way. So that looks really cute like that. Okay. So lots of things you can do. And then if you have it on the envelope or a page, you can glue it to the page. I wouldn't glue it. I would probably paper clip it though, because I personally don't like gluing things down in journals because I like to change things up. So yeah, that's that. And then this is the card that I made. It's just the image, and then I added some heavy cardstock on the back. This is from a music page, but you can't really tell. It's like the end of the music page. And then I just added these trims and some wallpaper here, and then these little bits just here, right there. And then this is some of those little sparkly bits we used to get from Michael's. I have to use up my stuff, but I think they're really pretty. They have that really pretty sheen to them. And then some trims there. And then you have the back you can write on. So I believe I would write on this side, but if you wanted to write on that side, you could, because it's not too dark, you know. So that just slips inside the envelope like that. So there's that. Okay. And then here is my journal. I used a paper nut cup to make this. I'm going to show you how I put this together too. So it just ties on both sides. And then this is what it looks like. So it's kind of part of a paper nut cup and a doily with the base. And then in the middle is Jenifer's papers. Can you see the papers there? All the way across. And then I layered the laces over the top. So I added a bow on each side, just with lace and some trim. And then I added this bow right here, which is a rhinestone bow. And then over here is a bow. I just love a lot of interaction in my projects, so it's just really fun to do that. So this is my cover, and then this is what the back looks like. Okay, so that's a removable cover, and also if Jenifer wanted to use it, she could put it around her glue bottle. Now this is a bigger glue bottle. If you have a fabric tack glue bottle, let me show you. Let's see, take mine off, and if she wanted to use this on her glue bottle, she could tie it to the glue bottle there. Okay, I'm sure she probably won't want the dangle there, but if she wanted to do that, she could, and then just tie it. But anyway, it's got dual purpose, you guys. When I made the cover, when I made my cover is when I thought about making the cover for her journal. So I did that. So I'm going to set that over here. And this right here is a covered, what are these called? This right here is a covered bag that I decorated. These are the sweetest little cookie bags. I found these years ago. I believe it was at Hobby Lobby, and I've been saving it for the right project. So I just added some laces down here, had it just you know, hanging off the edge there. I wanted my journal to be in the window here, and so I just decorated the top with some laces as well. And then the back is just plain. Okay. And then here is the journal. And this has a lot of interaction as well. Now, when I make these journals, I do not bind them. I have this problem with binding stuff, so I always make it without the binding. So this is the cover, and what I did is I'm going to take this lace off because I have this lace holding it together. Excuse my voice, you guys. I have allergies really bad. So I apologize for that if my voice is kind of raspy. I've been waiting to do this video forever. So anyway, I went ahead and I made my cover removable, so you can remove it. And this is where I used the tea bag that Jenifer used. Only my tea bag is like a beige color. The size is about 3 by 5. So what I did is I took the base apart here. I'm going to take this apart for you too. So I took this part. Let's see if I can take it out of here. And this is what the base looks like. Okay. Here's a tag inside there. And then I put this line paper to journal on. And I added these little bits and another key. So that's her tag. And then here's the cover. First, what I did is I took the tea bags and I covered them with French book pages. These are from the 1800s, so they're very fragile. And I wrapped them, if you could see this right here, I wrapped part of the tea bag around the paper. So hopefully that makes sense, you guys. And then I added some of this pretty tape here because I wanted the tape, oops, this fell out of the pocket. I wanted the tape to hold down the paper so that it didn't rip by the binding here. Okay, so then I just took the lace and I glued it. I glued it to the top, just like that. So I made, this was my base first that I made, and then I came back and decorated it. So here's where the tea bag little piece hangs off. I cut one of them off on this side because I knew I was going to have a lot of interaction, and then I left these beads and these little pearl chain with rhinestones together on the string. I just kind of tied it on the string there. Okay, so that's the book part, the base. And then this is the inside part. So I just made a couple pockets with some lace. I added a tag here. This is from the paper line. And then that's coffee dyed paper on the back. So I just used the French book pages on both sides. And then this is a piece of one of the paper lines. I cut out the flower and then I just decorated the flower and made it as a little tuck spot, journaling spot type of thing. So it sits right in the pocket there. And then on the other side, I collaged this paper here and this one here. And then I tucked in a piece of vintage applique. And then I decorated this side of the pocket. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to go ahead and show you my tag. This is the tag that's in the back pocket. And that's the coffee dyed part right there. So it just goes inside here. So her tags fit perfectly in here with the Masterboard ephemera. Okay, so this is how I had it tied. Let's see if I can put this back together now. So I had this tied around the base. Let me just pull this off. So this is how my journal started out, like this. Okay, and I had it tied in the middle with this lace right here. So instead of leaving it like that, I'm just going to take it apart. All right. So then I just added this really pretty trim at the bottom of this tracing paper here. This is a pocket. I used a glassine bag and folded it in half. And then I tucked in some little favorite bits that I like. Little vintage rhinestones and pearls. And some appliques, little tiny flowers. So that just tucks back in here. And then this right here is where it flips up. It flips up right here. And in this pocket, I have a piece of French book page with some more washi tape on the top because it was very fragile. I just love the feel of this paper. It has a cotton feel to it, and it just, you can just tell how old this paper is just by feeling it. So that just tucks back in here. There's a pocket here, and it's kind of tight, so I'm gonna stick a tag in there, I think. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do. And then I did washi tape this part. And then here is a pocket, and it's just a flip up. And then I added the trim here at the bottom, and then a tag here. 2 tags with some trim on the top. And then you can write on them. This is sewing paper on the back, and this is coffee dyed paper. Okay. This applique comes off with the paper clip there. And then here's in the back side of that pocket. I just decorated it with some trims. And then here is another pocket that flips up. I'll show you that in a second. So it goes like this. And in this pocket right here is this. I put the applique, I stapled some rose gold staple right there, and just a piece of paper to write on for journaling. Coffee dyed, and the envelope is coffee dyed as well. So that goes back in the pocket. Also on the pockets, I did put, there was a page that had all these pearls on it, and I cut out circles and kind of added those as enforcements to the pocket, the side of the pocket here. I enforced the pocket with that little circle. You really can't see it now, it got covered up. But anyway, so that goes like that. This flips up, and then I made a side pocket here, and I put the lace, and then I added this right here, which is a beautiful applique from a wedding dress. Then I added this card with some pretty trims. I left the back the way it was because it was going to hang out the pocket, and I wanted to do it, be able to see the pretty papers. So that's that. That's the back, and I added some lace. And then this is the other side of the tracing paper. And then this is the pocket. In the back pocket, I think I showed you that. So it seems like a lot of interaction, but really it's not. So it's using one piece of paper, double-sided. Eva at Bohemian Crafting, I watched a video on how she made a journal, and I kind of put my spin on it by using Jenifer's tutorial on her, how she did her tea bag journal. So I combined both ideas together. So if you just want to play around with the tea bags and just create something fun, but maybe you don't want to commit to the whole tea bag journal, which I still want to make a tea bag journal. That's still on my list to do's. But I just thought it would be fun to do both and add it to Jenifer's journal as a reminder to her, you know, this is something that she inspired me for. That's my version of a journal, because you know my version is way different than everybody else's. Then I created this sweet little booklet here. I started out with a piece of a envelope that was a recycled envelope, and then I had it as the cover, and then I took the cover, the film off that was on the front that makes all the noise. You can kind of see right here. I left it that way, but I didn't like it wasn't stable enough. So this is just a sweet little booklet that I made. Added this pearl at the bottom and this trim. And again, I tied it in. And then this is removable. So if you remember this cookie bag, this was attached to this bag like this. And so I removed it from the top and used it for a belly band. And it makes the cutest little book belly band. Isn't that adorable? And it just goes on and off so easy, and it's just fun to decorate. I just added a few little lace bits to this, and then the sequin applique and some rosettes and that beautiful vintage Aurora Borealis crystal in the middle there. That's that part of the booklet. Then I just added the lace on both sides to make it look a little more clean looking and more finished. And then I edged it all with my ink. I left the booklet kind of plain at the top here. And then I made I made like a waterfall type of journal booklet, or a booklet. And I used, this is Nostalgic Dreams right here, which I want to use that as a project as well. But I just used that little piece right there. And so what I did is I glued coffee dyed paper with strips of Jenifer's papers over the top of the coffee dyed. So then you have a place to journal on. So then there's her paper again. And then that page, some coffee dyed paper with this line paper, but I turned it over so it's got the coffee dye on that side. And then this is the other page. That's the center. As you can see, it's just bound by the lace in the middle. Flipping through this, I thought you could add, you know, little envelopes, little doilies and things like that, but I just had to stop at some point with this project and get a video up. So there you go. That's the rest of the pages there. And they're all reusable, and there's the part of the envelope so you can see that it says postage right there. I just thought that was a cute little fun project to make with some leftover goodies, the papers that I had left over. And like I said, you could do a whole lot more with this little idea, but I just thought this was a fun little project to do. And even if you just made this little booklet with this right here, which you probably could use the bags. Sometimes your bags come with these on there, and we probably throw them in the recycle bin. But I've been coming up with some recycle ideas, and this is the one I came up with for the tin topper. It went on top of this bag. So that's why I covered up the top, because you could see where I ripped it. So anyway, so that is my design team project for A Trace of Sparkle. I hope you like it. I hope you're inspired. And go check out Jenifer's shop. She has lots of beautiful digitals. And I will be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.